fail? Because in all of these sequels, none of these other corporations are mentioned. So does that mean Weyland-Yutani wins in the end? Alright, this is episode 3 of Alien Earth Metamorphosis, my off-the-couch instant reaction after just watching it. So, episode 3 is much better in my opinion than compared to episode 1 and 2. Why? Because I feel like it's finally, which I guess if you were just watching episode 3 and not having seen 1 and 2, you wouldn't know this, but I feel like it finally is starting to ground the show, the characters, the atmosphere. I haven't really felt the characters or the atmosphere in episode 1 and 2. Part of that is not necessarily due to the actors, but you know, the room to breathe that they're given, either by the director or the script. It just hasn't felt grounded to me, which, yeah, a lot of it does have to do with the actors, but I think specifically like the brother character, I'm still not feeling him, but maybe that's just because he hasn't been given, you know, the proper grounds. Because surprisingly for a TV show, there isn't a lot of character development. It's just kind of go, go, go. This is kind of a high concept, so to speak, you know, big lore universe. So they're trying to shove new ideas and stuff in it. So I guess in a 1 hour time frame, they're having trouble also fitting satisfying character development in there. I don't know, but episode 3 is going in a better direction, I think. Feeling the characters more. Morrow's always been one of the more interesting ones, the cyborg character. His character's been giving a lot more, to the point where you already kind of are more interested in his character and Timothy Olyphant's Kirsch. Even more so now, because I feel like his character is very interesting. I want to know why he is the way he is. You know, this is his life's work, as we learn in episode 3, and he cares about it. But why is that? Let's find out. I want to find out. So that's good work there. The hybrid kid characters, whatever you want to call them, are growing on me, because initially I don't even know if I bought their acting, you know, because it's, hey, they're trying to be kids in adult bodies. Maybe some of them I don't fully buy, but I guess the two that are focused, which I'm not remembering the names, in this episode with Morrow and stuff, I feel like I actually was buying them and like, oh yeah, I think they're actually doing a good job here. And I think that's because they've just been given proper room to breathe. Because again, for some reason this show hasn't been given the characters that. So good work there. It's also possible because of shooting, you know, maybe they literally are just doing a better job in these other episodes whenever it was actually shot. I like shows that have big questions that they ask, big concepts they want to explore, whether they're, you know, hopefully there's some shred of truth to them. This show, according to the creator, purports to ask, does humanity even deserve to live? Very interesting question. I love when shows, movies, usually they're sci-fi shows, ask questions like that. Big questions. Prometheus asks, or yeah, did ask a question, who was our creator? And we learned it was the engineers, and we had some really stupid people go on a once-in-a-lifetime mind explosion excursion to meet them, and we just had some really, I don't want to get in a rant on that, but it asks a big question too, which is why I really love that movie as well, as flawed as it is. So hopefully this question answers it and asks it in a satisfying way. Episode 3, I thought, is starting to inch towards that. And you have things like cyborgs, synthetics, hybrids, which, you know, they're created to be like humans and even better. And one of the hybrid characters mentions that she wants to win favor of the prodigy kid who created them, and she says, I feel like I can do what you do, and I want to do what you do, essentially paraphrasing. I think I can even do more and do better than you did. So that's an interesting question too. You get AI and all kinds of things, because technically if a synthetic body, which can live forever if they're properly sustained, you know, not like an organic body, can also program data and has like this brain that works differently than a human brain, that doesn't forget things, it just stores data, and it can continue to learn and expand and improve and live forever. Is that not better than a human? Maybe not morally or whatever, but physically and, you know, skill-wise, all that stuff, yeah, they will be better than humans. And the show, I think, already is showing that. For one, they're not like brain fart susceptible to alien egg implantation because they're basically invisible to the facehuggers, which they always were. But the show takes it, you know, even further, and literally was like says that out loud. If you're someone like me who thought episode 1 and 2 was rocky, I think you'll like it a lot better. And to me, it's enough to just. I want to give it a chance. I want the show to improve. I don't want it to be bad and be one of those people that are like, oh, I knew what the show was terrible. I want it to improve. So far it is. That's all you need to know. Let's go watch episode 4. I wanted to do this in one shot. Like I normally, when I do these, I want to do them all in one shot. I know the first one I did wasn't, but it's a learning curve. But there's some things I forgot and I really don't want to re-record the whole thing. Some questions I have on the series. One, if the show really is canon, because it mentioned it's canon, does that mean all the other companies, much like a prequel, we know information beforehand, fail? Because in all these sequels, none of these other corporations are mentioned. So does that mean Weyland-Yutani wins in the end? I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. Quick note, the psychic connection that Wendy has, that she has been showing, I think even in episode 1, I feel like that's kind of lame, but whatever. Let's see where that goes. And overall, episode 3 is my favorite so far. Let's go.